Welcome to part 2 of Mastering Sales Communication. In this session, we will talk about mastering the first pillar, pre-sales meeting preparation. In part 1, we established the 5 pillars of sales communication, the structural foundation for building successful and long-term client relationships. We also anchored ourselves in one powerful realization. The foundation of sales is you. Because you are the one carrying the entire objective of sales on your shoulders. Your presence, your credibility, your communication, your confidence, all of it shapes the sales outcome even before the product is discussed. This series is being prepared by Rajeev along with Jagwant under the initiative Freedom for Eternity, with the intention of transforming how professionals approach sales communication. Now, once you have identified that you are paramount to sales success, we move forward to the first operational pillar. But before we go deeper, let's briefly recap all 5 pillars, just to refresh our memory and create structural clarity. And today, we are diving deep into the most critical starting point, the first pillar, pre-sales meeting preparation. Because excellence in sales begins long before you ever shake hands with a prospect, or join a video call, or present a proposal. Preparation is where conviction is born. Now, here is an important mindset shift. Sales is very seldom about the product. Yes, the objective remains the product, but the product is always delivered through you. In many ways, you are the real product first. People want to talk to you. They want to listen to you. They want to feel your conviction before they evaluate your offering. So if we accept this truth, that you are the primary product and the actual product is secondary, then pre-sales preparation becomes a process of preparing yourself before preparing your pitch. It is about mental readiness, emotional steadiness, product conviction, and client understanding. That is why mastering this first pillar changes the entire trajectory of your sales journey. Because when preparation is deep, conversations become natural. When preparation is weak, persuasion feels forced. So let's begin this deep dive by understanding what true pre-sales meeting preparation really means, and how mastering it can transform not just your meetings, but your closing ratios as well. So before we begin, let's do a quick recap of the foundation, which is you, and the pillars that support you. Because remember, you are at the center of the entire sales journey, and these pillars act as the structure that strengthens your effectiveness. The 5 pillars, your roadmap to sales success. Let's revisit them briefly. Pillar 1. Pre-sales meeting preparation. This is where everything begins. It is about mastering your fears, your product knowledge, and your mindset, even before the first handshake happens. Because confidence in the meeting room is born in the preparation room. Pillar 2. Communication with the client. This is the interaction stage, where you build rapport, establish trust, and create emotional comfort through face-to-face or virtual conversations. It's where listening becomes more important than speaking. Pillar 3. Post-first meeting engagement. Here, relationships begin to strengthen. Through thoughtful follow-through, answering open questions, sharing insights, and reinforcing credibility. It signals seriousness and professionalism. Pillar 4. Physical follow-ups. This stage maintains momentum. Strategic touchpoints, consistent meetings, and meaningful check-ins keep the relationship alive and progressing. Follow-ups are not pressure, they are presence. Pillar 5. Closing. And finally, closing. Not forcing commitment, but confidently guiding prospects toward a decision. A decision built on trust, clarity, and comfort. And with that recap in place, we now shift our focus to Pillar 1. Because this pillar determines everything that follows. Your preparation directly impacts your confidence, your credibility, and ultimately, your closing rate. Master the first pillar, and the rest of the sales journey becomes exponentially smoother. So let's now begin with the foundation of all foundations, pre-sales meeting preparation. So, after the recap of the 5 pillars, let's now continue with the main objective of this video, mastering the first pillar, pre-sales meeting preparation. And the very first, and most critical, dimension of pre-sales preparation is this: know your product. Inside and out. But here is an important mindset shift. You don't do this preparation to convince others first. You do it to convince yourself. Ask yourself honestly, am I fully convinced about what I'm going to sell? Do I believe in its value? Would I buy this myself? Because always remember, if you are not convinced about your product, no one else will be. Conviction cannot be faked. Clients sense hesitation instantly. Product mastery is not optional, it is the bedrock of sales credibility. Before you can inspire confidence in others, you must possess complete command over what you are offering. When your knowledge is deep, something powerful happens. You stop sounding like a salesperson and you start sounding like a trusted advisor. And clients don't resist advisors, they rely on them. So how do you build this mastery? Start with the fundamentals. Read every brochure, every specification sheet, every presentation, every case study. Absorb the details until they become second nature. So natural that you don't have to recall information, you simply express it. But don't stop at documentation. Real depth comes from dialogue. Schedule time with your technical team. Sit with product developers, engineers, service teams. And don't go casually, go prepared. Carry tough questions. Play devil's advocate. Challenge assumptions. Because if you don't challenge your product internally, the market will challenge it externally. Ask yourself one powerful question repeatedly. What would a skeptical buyer want to know? Then go find those answers. Because the goal of pre-sales mastery is not just knowledge. It is anticipation. Anticipating objections before they arise. Addressing concerns before they become barriers. Clarifying doubts before they create resistance. When you do this, client conversations become smoother, calmer, and more credible. Your action plan. Let's make this practical and actionable. Study all product documentation thoroughly, schedule weekly sessions with technical experts, create a list of your top 20 toughest questions, practice explaining features in simple, non-technical terms, learn competitor comparisons, objectively, not defensively. Because true product confidence is calm, not aggressive. So remember, the first step of mastering pre-sales preparation is mastering product conviction within yourself. When you believe deeply, you speak naturally. When you speak naturally, clients listen comfortably. And when they listen comfortably, sales progress organically. So once you are convinced about your product, the next step is even more powerful. Try to sell your product to yourself. Yes, before selling it to the market, sell it internally. Imagine different client scenarios: a skeptical buyer, a price-sensitive buyer, a technically challenging buyer, a comparison-driven buyer. Visualize how each conversation would unfold. Do role plays, with yourself in front of a mirror, or with colleagues acting as difficult clients. Conduct dry runs of presentations, objections, negotiations. Because every rehearsal you do privately reduces hesitation publicly. And over time, this preparation transforms you. You stop sounding like someone trying to sell. You start sounding like someone who simply knows. Your conviction begins to ooze, even without aggressive persuasion. Sometimes, you don't even have to push the product. Your belief communicates it for you. This brings us to a powerful sales truth. Belief comes before the sale. If you are not convinced, your client won't be either. Skepticism always shows. It appears in your hesitation, in your word choice, in your body language, in the way you respond to tough questions. Clients can easily sense the difference between someone going through the motions and someone who genuinely believes in what they're offering. So take the time to convince yourself first. If possible, use the product yourself. Experience its benefits firsthand. Study real success stories. Understand the genuine value it has created for others. Speak to satisfied customers. Listen to their journeys, their results, their satisfaction. When you internalize these experiences, something shifts inside you. Your enthusiasm becomes authentic. Your recommendations carry weight. Your presentations radiate natural confidence. Because now you're not selling theory. You're sharing belief. Remember this principle. Half-hearted interest produces half-hearted results. Full conviction creates unstoppable momentum. Genuine belief cannot be faked. And it shouldn't have to be. If you don't believe in what you're selling, it becomes a struggle every day. In such cases, it's better to represent something you can stand behind with integrity. Because long-term sales success is built on alignment, not compulsion. You'll notice this in real life. There are insurance advisors who don't appear to sell at all. They are so convinced about their policies, their plans, their benefits, that the conviction is imbibed in their language. It flows naturally in their conversations. Similarly, automobile sales professionals often speak the language of cars effortlessly. Specifications, performance, features, driving experience. It becomes part of their daily vocabulary. Not because they memorized it, but because they believe in it. So the lesson here is simple, yet transformative. Convince yourself first. Sell to yourself first. Role play, rehearse, internalize. Because when belief becomes natural, Selling stops feeling like effort and starts feeling like expression. Now comes the next important stage, after knowing your product in totality. Once knowledge is built, conviction is built, belief is built. The next step is emotional alignment. And that is, build comfort and joy around your product. Because sales is not just intellectual, it is emotional. Clients don't just read your words, they read your energy. Be comfortable with your product. Start by observing yourself honestly. Notice what happens inside you when product discussions begin. Does discomfort creep in? Does your body tense? Does your voice slightly waver? Does uncertainty flash across your face? Even if your words are correct, your body language may be contradicting you. And clients notice this instantly. Because discomfort leaks, no matter how well you script your pitch. That's why comfort must be practiced, not assumed. Practice speaking about your product until it feels as natural as breathing. Rehearse explanations. Role-play challenging scenarios. Prepare for tough questions. Over time, this repetition builds what we call confidence muscle memory. You don't think before answering, you respond naturally. And natural responses build trust faster than polished speeches. Think joyfully about your product. Now we move one step deeper, from comfort to joy. Transform your internal dialogue about your product. When someone mentions it, what do you feel? Pressure? Performance anxiety? Or excitement? Train your mind to associate your product with positive emotion. Let genuine excitement begin to bubble up when you talk about it. Now yes, initially, this may feel forced. That's completely okay. In the beginning, you may have to practice enthusiasm. You may even have to fake joy consciously. But here's the science of it. Repeated emotional simulation creates emotional conditioning. What starts as practiced enthusiasm gradually becomes authentic excitement. And this technique is completely learnable and extremely powerful. Wear a smile when you think about it. This may sound simple, but it is transformational. Consciously smile whenever your product comes up, in conversation, in thought, in presentations. Because smiles are contagious. They shift your internal chemistry, and they shift the client's emotional comfort too. Initially, the smile may feel mechanical. You may feel you're putting it on. But persist, because over time, that smile becomes genuine. And people can always sense the difference between forced positivity and authentic warmth. When your smile is real, your product feels safe to explore. So remember this progression. First, know your product. Second, believe in your product. Third, become comfortable with your product. And finally, feel joyful about your product. Because when comfort and joy combine, your presence becomes inviting, your conversations become engaging, and your product stops feeling like a pitch and starts feeling like a positive experience. Now comes a technique that we, at Freedom for Eternity, love the most. It is simple, powerful, and deeply transformative. We call it the mirror technique, cultivating compassionate conviction. This is not a sales tactic. It is an inner alignment practice. Because true conviction is not built only through knowledge, it is built through emotional connection with the value you are offering. Let's walk through this visualization together. Find a quiet moment, free from distraction. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and imagine that you are standing in front of a mirror. But this is not an ordinary reflection. In the mirror, you see someone genuinely interested in your product. It could be a prospective client, or in some moments, it may even feel like you are looking at yourself. Observe their face carefully. See curiosity in their eyes. See hope. See expectation. They are searching for a solution. Now, shift your emotional state. Fill your heart with kindness and compassion for this person. Recognize that they have real needs. They have challenges your product can address. They have pain points your solution can ease. And in this moment, they deserve your sincerity, not your persuasion. Feel the warmth of genuinely wanting to help them succeed. Not because you want to close a deal, but because you want to create value in their life. This is not manipulation. This is authentic care. And when sales emerges from compassion, everything shifts. Your tone softens. Your intent purifies. Your confidence deepens. Because now, you are not trying to sell. You are trying to serve. Practice this daily. Spend just 5 minutes every morning practicing this mirror exercise. Before calls, before meetings, before presentations. Center yourself emotionally. Because preparation of the heart is as important as preparation of the mind. Feel genuine care. Let compassion for your clients' needs guide your communication. When clients feel cared for, they lower resistance. And when resistance lowers, conversations become collaborative, not transactional. Serve, don't sell. Shift your mindset from, how do I make this sale, to, how do I solve this problem? Because service builds trust, and trust builds sustainable business. And this brings us to a beautiful realization. When you carry the product in your heart, not just in your briefcase, you are no longer just a salesperson. You become a trusted guide, helping others discover solutions that genuinely improve their lives. And that is where sales stops being a profession and becomes a purpose. So, with this, we come to the end of part 2 of the Mastering Sales Communication series. And the reason we close this part with confidence is simple. Because now, you are ready. Ready not just because you know the product, but because you are now carrying the product in your heart. You've done the work. You know your product thoroughly, inside and out. You understand its features, its benefits, its applications, and the real value it delivers. But more importantly, you believe in it. Your conviction is no longer intellectual, it is emotional. You are comfortable discussing it openly. You don't hesitate, you don't fumble, you don't defend. You simply express. Joy and genuine enthusiasm begin to flow naturally whenever your product comes up in conversation. Because belief has replaced effort. You've also practiced the mirror technique. You've visualized clients not as targets, but as human beings with real needs. You've filled yourself with compassion for the people you serve. And that emotional shift changes the entire energy of your sales approach. You're no longer entering meetings to sell something. You are entering as a confident professional, ready to understand needs, offer solutions, and create genuine value. Let's anchor what you've achieved so far. Product mastery, achieved. You know every detail, every benefit, every relevant use case. You are prepared for questions, objections, and comparisons. Genuine conviction, developed. You believe in the value you're delivering. And belief radiates naturally in your words and body language. Authentic enthusiasm, established. Your excitement is real, not rehearsed. And genuine enthusiasm is contagious. Clients feel it, trust it, and respond to it. So yes, the foundation is now set. The internal work is done. The mindset is aligned. The preparation is complete. And in our next session, we move forward to Pillar 2, communication with the client. This is where preparation meets opportunity, where conversations begin, and where relationships start to flourish. Do remember, this entire series is being created by Rajeev and Jagwant under the initiative Freedom for Eternity, with the intention of transforming sales into a more human, conscious, and relationship-driven journey. If you found value in this session, please do like, subscribe, comment with your key takeaway, and share it with fellow professionals who may benefit. And we'll see you in the next part, as we step into the art of client communication.